Hi everyone, welcome back to Tron 3 Entertainment for figure number 19. Yes, figure number 19. When I said there'd be no more after Hulk, gravy. Only these three characters have more in common than you would think, and I'm going to explain that real quick before I get to the figure. You're probably wondering, if you've been watching this channel, why is Eidolon here? Why is Hulk here? And why is Zoferus the Cyclops here, the new guy? Well, I'll tell you. You see, Mom's been gone for just about a year now. And so after she passed, I created this figure in March because we buried Mom on March 1st. So sometime into March, I made this figure. And because he reminded me of my father, I gave him my father's birthday. I just lopped the 9 off his year. I'm sorry, I lopped the 1 off his year. So he was born in the year 934. You know, Cyclopses, they've been around for a long, long time, and Hulk is recent. So how do they all go together? Well, he was made in my father's birth month and was given my dad's birthday in the year 934. Hulk arrived just in time for my birthday, and Zoferus arrived just in time for the 1-year anniversary of my mom's passing. And why is that significant? Well, I'll tell you in the story real quick. Here's the blister card on the back. So, cursed out of fear, the gods condemned the ancient blacksmith Cyclopes to be reborn as mindless brutes, but one unborn child, mid-gestation, when the curse falls, emerges different. Zoferus carries half the wisdom of his ancestors and half the savagery of the curse, a lone remnant of a shattered lineage. Ages silently pass until a violent earthquake splits open the sealed caverns of his exile, awakening Zoferus into a world he no longer recognizes, driven by instinct, anger, and fear. Pity the soul who crosses the last of the Titans. So I have an entire lore, and I asked AI to write this, and I modified it. Pity the soul who crosses the last of the Titans. I put that because, AI doesn't get everything right. It summarizes really well. So here's the story real quick. Eidolon went to Zoferus and said Black Adam is destroying all the gods and all their creations. And the only thing that was protecting him was the amulet, because if you remember the story of Crimson Death, he gets the amulet from Hades in the very end, which is protecting him, which is why Black Adam cannot destroy Eidolon. And he's telling Zoferus that he intends to destroy you too. Now, Cyclops, the Cyclops here, Zoferus, it's actually spelled with a PH. Zoferus would mean grim in Greek. So his name is actually kind of like Grim. And he tells him, he intends to destroy you too. And Zoferus is like, me no afraid, me destroy bad man. And he explains to him and said, no, he's more powerful. He's the creation of 6 different gods. The only thing protecting me is the amulet which you made. And Zoferus made the amulet, which Hades bore for a while, so we know the history of that. And now Eidolon wears it at the end. And he's trying to protect Zoferus because Zoferus actually made his sword and his shield, which I don't have here. And so he's trying to protect him. He says, you have to yield or he's going to destroy you. Now, Zoferus is half blacksmith and half brute. Why is that? Because if you look at the history of Cyclopses, the ones we all know are the brutes from like Clash of the Titans, and they're just monsters that can't be reasoned with, but they used to be intelligent blacksmiths. So the gods figure if they can create all these weapons of war that the gods are using for destruction, what's protecting them from being killed by the Cyclopes who make these weapons for them? And that's when they cursed them to make them brutes. And as the story said, he was midterm in his mother's womb when the curse fell. So he still has blacksmith ability, but he's ultimately a brute. And when he awakens, an earthquake awakens Zoferus, and he comes face to face with the Hulk because Bruce Banner is there investigating the earthquake, and he's been terrorizing the area. So Bruce Banner approaches Zoferus and says, you can't be here. You have to go back. Zoferus like, me no leave home. And he smacks Bruce Banner away against the wall, and he falls into the rubble. So now that makes him angry, and he turns into the Hulk, and they get into an epic fight. Now you're wondering, who wins the fight? Well, Zoferus is a Titan. He's been around for a very long time. He initially defeats Hulk, but in round 2, when Hulk comes back, the Hulk will destroy Zoferus. There's much more to that lore, but I'm not going to go into it because you're waiting to see the figure. We get Eidolon out of the way. Thank you for coming. Yes, you're welcome. Here's Hulk again. If you haven't seen him yet, go see his video. He's part of the lore. And now the representation, just before I open it, you see, Eidolon represented my dad. Zoferus, who's now confused because he thought Hulk was the bad man. He thought it was Black Adam, but he thought Hulk was the bad man. Represents his confusion. You see, my mom passed from dementia. So Zoferus is confused, and as you know, dementia will make you confused, make you lose your mind. So Zoferus is a representation of my mom, well, only not as good looking. And Eidolon, it was a representation of my dad. Hulk, believe it or not, is a representation of me because I cared for them for 10 years, and I suffered long and hard. So Hulk is a representation of my strength of having taken care of mom and dad for 10 years. I don't expect you to congratulate me or anything like that. It's just the truth of what happened. So you look at Zoferus' card again, created by AI. I gave him grapple hands. I ordered him some extra hands. These are his original hands, fists. So Hulk has fists, and you could swap him out if you want. I got him a mallet because he is a blacksmith, and I got to do something to the mallet so that he can actually hold it. Because right now he can't hold it. So I got to wrap something around the mallet so he can hold the mallet. And you remember the pitchfork that Isaac made for me for Aquaman. This is the one that Aquaman didn't get. I figure I throw it in the package with Zoferus. He could use it because he is a blacksmith and he can create weapons. And he's the second figure I have made with the muscular body. And lo and behold, the boots I bought for him, because why does he have boots if he's a beast? Because he's half smart, so he can still make things. He's not total brute. The boots are rubber, and you probably know that I like having rubber boots on all my figures. And so that's his pitchfork. See it up close, and his mallet. Now, what's nice about these muscular figures, aside that they're really much bigger than the standard figures. Again, you look at Eidolon, who's he's buffed and everything. You can see he's not as big as the muscle figures, and you can't really see it here. But both Hulk and Zoferus, here we go. They have double jointed knees and elbows, and you don't get that on the other figures. So double jointed. He's very posable. Very imposing, Type S body, screws on the back. And part of the reason why I don't make more muscle figures is, like I said, I've been trying not to make another one. And I already do have an idea for one more. So the video's been going on pretty long. This is Zoferus, the Cyclops representation of my mom. This is a memory of my mom because this video is posting on the 1-year anniversary of her passing. And so in the storyline, without thinking about it, I put Eidolon, who's a representation of my dad, and without thinking about it, I put Hulk, who's a representation of me and the strength I had to endure to take care of them. And that's another video if I ever make that. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Do you like Zoferus? Do you want to see figure number 20? You gotta let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching.